Good morning, welcome back to my channel. My name is Julia and I'm so excited to be here on the mat with you again this morning. And today we're going to be starting the day with a spicy 15-minute power yoga flow. So let's already get started. Come into a tabletop position, so on your hands and knees. And make sure that you spread your fingers out nice and wide and already start practicing your grip here and really push into the mat with the fingers. So we're wanting to really make sure that we're keeping as much weight off the wrists as possible. We'll be doing a few planks since this is a power class. So really get that grip in your mind, in your hands and in the mat. Making sure your shoulders are over your wrists and your hips are over your knees. Inhale here and exhale. And then we're just going to rock back and forth here and warm up the wrists. So you can start rocking back and forward, already warming up the wrist joints. Maybe making some circles here, putting a little bit of gentle pressure. Waking up our wrists this morning. We spend so much time using our wrists, holding our phones and typing. Our hands are doing a lot of work all day, so it's nice to just take a moment to send some love in the morning. You can also turn your fingers facing towards your body here and be nice and gentle and tuck your toes under and rock back and forth. Warming up the forearms, breathing deeply here. It's quite an intense stretch, but it will be really worth it throughout the rest of the planks. And then slowly come back to center and then just sit onto the heels, either with your toes tucked or not. Interlace your fingers and one last little stretch here. Just start circling the wrists. And now take a moment to connect with the breath as we're sitting up nice and tall. Breathing deeply and growing tall with each deep, long breath. And then shake the hands out. Rest your hands onto your thighs for a second and close your eyes. And take this moment of stillness before we get really moving in this practice to set an intention for the class and the day ahead. Maybe it's, since we're doing a power class, tell yourself that you're going to be bringing power or strength or resilience through the rest of your day. And then together, slowly flutter open the eyes and inhale, bring the arms up overhead, palms touch. And exhale, hands come down through heart center and then make our way back into tabletop. So let's start with some cat-cows here. So on an inhale, drop the belly and open the chest, gaze up. And exhale, push the mat away, coming into our cat pose, arch in the back. Two more, inhale here. And exhale, connecting with the breath, body to breath. Inhale here. And exhale, this time tuck the toes under and coming into cat pose, but with the knees lifted off the mat. Feeling your body already start to shake as the core turns on here. You're also using your arm muscles and your back muscles and your legs. Warming everything up here. See if you can curl in a little bit more. And exhale, releasing the knees. Untuck the toes and you can shake your hips out for a second here. And then slowly coming back to stillness. Now we're going to walk the right leg out behind us and then the left coming into high plank position, holding here. And then drop the right knee down and the left. Other side, left leg goes back, right leg steps into plank. And then left leg goes down and right. One more on each side. Right leg goes back and left. And then right leg comes down and left. Last time left and right. And then holding here for 5. Bringing a smile to your face for 4. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Push your hips up and back and come into our first downward facing dog of the day. Shaking your head out here, maybe taking a big deep breath together. And a sigh out the mouth. Bending one knee at a time. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears and trying to practice that grip we did earlier here. So pushing through the fingertips to try and keep any tension off the wrists here. And then slowly coming back to stillness, we're going to tiptoe our feet towards our hands at the top of the mat. And when we get there, tuck the chin in towards the chest and roll all the way up to standing with the arms up overhead. And exhale, coming to Tadasana. Now let's start with some sun salutation V's, so really getting the power going already. Coming into our Tadasana, our mountain pose. And then on an inhale, we're going to drop the hips down, bring the arms up by the ears and hold chair pose. Let's take 2 deep breaths here. Inhale, lengthening the fingertips away from the body. Exhale, sitting nice and low. Inhale. And then exhale, folding over the legs, coming into our forward fold. On an inhale, come into a flat back position. And on an exhale, step back into high plank. And again, we're going to hold here for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, adding some spice into our sun salutation V. Inhale. And then exhale, dropping the knees and coming down through Chaturanga. And then slowly rolling forward. Inhale, come into upward facing dog or cobra if you prefer. And exhale, coming back into downward facing dog. On an inhale, lift the right leg up off the mat, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring the knee towards the nose for a crunch. Inhale, lengthen the leg. Exhale, crunch and hold before we step that right foot forward. On an inhale, we come up into high lunge. And again, we'll hold here for 2 breaths. Inhale, lengthen the fingertips up. Exhale, sit nice and low, trying to make sure the knee doesn't come too far over the ankle here, keeping nice and strong in the legs. Inhale here. And then exhale, hands come down and flow through your vinyasa, either on the knees or off. Inhale to your back bend. And exhale to downward facing dog. Other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up off the mat, 3-legged dog. And exhale, bring the knee underneath the body. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale to crunch, and this time we hold. And step the left foot forward in between the hands. On an inhale, lift the arms up overhead. And exhale, sit low, and we stay here for 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then slowly bringing the hands down on the exhale, stepping back into high plank and coming through your vinyasa. Inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take 2 deep breaths here. Inhale. Maybe exhale, sighing out the mouth. Releasing any tension. Inhale here. Exhale. And then slowly, you can either step, walk or jump to the top of the mat. On an inhale, come up into our halfway lift. Exhale to come into forward fold. And then on an inhale, we come back into our chair pose, and we're going to hold for another 2 breaths. Inhale here, you can challenge yourself as well and lift up the heels, so we're making a balancing chair. Exhale. One last inhale here. And exhale, release. Lift yourself all the way back up, arms stretch up. And exhale, hands come down through heart center, back to Tadasana. Now, let's get back into our chair pose, but we won't be there for long. So inhale, coming back into our chair pose, arms up by the ears. And on the exhale, we go a little bit lower. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to sit low. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale a little bit lower. And then inhale, lengthen last time. Exhale, coming onto the seat, and you guessed it, we're going to lift our feet up off the mat and coming into Navasana to boat pose. You can keep the legs bent or you can straighten out the legs here, and we're going to hold here for 2 deep breaths. Inhale, puff up the chest, go tall and long in the spine. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, release. Give yourself a nice little hug here. Tuck the chin in towards the chest and take 2 deep breaths. Exhale. Inhale here. And exhale. Beautiful. Lifting back up. We'll go back into Navasana for 2 more breaths. Inhaling here. And whatever variation suits you today. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly coming down onto the back. And we won't stay there for long as we're going to rock and roll up the spine. And when you're ready, crossing over the ankles and stepping back into high plank. Beautiful. Holding here. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Sit the hips up and back, coming back into our downward facing dog. Beautiful. So holding here in our down dog, stretching out the back body, breathing deeply. And then slowly rolling forward back into our high plank and release the knees onto the mat. So coming back onto our hands and knees here, we're going to straighten the right leg out behind us and then lift it up off the mat. And then come up onto the fingertips of the left hand and raise that arm out in front of you. Gaze down at the mat. Coming into our spinal balance pose. Trying to keep both sides of the body equal in weight. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, crunch knee to elbow underneath the body. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to crunch. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, crunch. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale, crunch. Last one. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, crunch. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen. And for one last little challenge here, move your arm and leg to the side. This can be really challenging here. Balancing ourselves with our weight expanded on either side. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful work. And then inhale, coming back to center. Release the hand and the knee on the mat and give yourself a little shake out. Whew, we're almost done. One last side to go before we relax. So let's get it done. Bring the left leg out behind you and lift it up off the mat. And when you're ready, come onto the right fingertips and lift the right arm up off the mat. Holding here. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. And then we inhale, lengthen. And exhale, crunch underneath the body, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen, grow long. Exhale, crunch. Inhale. Exhale, crunch. Beautiful. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. And then inhale, lengthen the leg and the arm back out. And bring them both to the side. We're holding here for 2 breaths. Last little push of today. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Inhale. And then slowly coming back to center. Release the hand and the knee on the mat. Widen the knees to each side of the mat. And you guessed it, let's push the hips back into a child's pose. Very well deserved. Walk the arms out in front of you and rest the forehead on the mat. You can give your hips a little shake here and move from side to side. If your arms are really tired, you can also bring them by the side and giving yourself a nice little hug. And as we're here, see if you can really bring the breath deep into the belly. Exhale. Beautiful. One more deep inhale here. And exhale, sighing out the mouth. Nice. Bringing the arms back out in front of you. Rolling up into a tabletop position. And we're going to just bring that right knee forward and then out to the side. Coming into our one-legged pigeon on this side. Walking the back leg out behind you. And then sitting up onto the fingertips. We're going to puff up the chest and gaze up. And then exhale, just slowly folding over the right leg. You can come onto your forearms, or you can rest your head on your hands. Wherever you are, we'll take 3 deep breaths here. Breathing deep into the belly. And with every exhale, relieving any tension that's stored in this right side glute and the hips. Allowing yourself this moment to calm down and slow down the breath again. You did so much work so quickly today, so feel proud of yourself as you take one last deep breath in. Exhale, sigh out the mouth. Nice. And then slowly opening the eyes, coming back up onto the hands, and this time stepping back into a downward facing dog. Let's take it right to the other side and bring the left leg forward, coming into our one-legged pigeon on this side. And again, puffing up onto the fingertips here, opening the chest. And then exhale, slowly folding over the legs. And again, however you like to take your pigeon today, we'll take 2 deep breaths here. Exhale, letting go. Breathing deep into the belly. Slowing down your breath. And maybe even releasing any tension that's around the face, around the jaw. Allow yourself to melt into this pose. Taking one last deep breath here. Exhale, sighing out the mouth. Beautiful. And then slowly coming up onto the hands. Let's swing that right leg out to meet the left here. Bring the soles of the feet onto the mat and just knock your knees from side to side. Just for a little internal and external hip rotation, just to open up the hips even more before we start the day. And then slowly finding yourself into a comfortable seated position, wherever you would like on the mat. Rest your hands onto your thighs and slowly close your eyes. And let's take some shoulder rolls together. Inhale, bring the shoulders up towards the ears. And exhale, sighing out the mouth as you bring them down. And again, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. You can bring your hands together at heart center and bring a smile onto your face as you drop your chin towards your chest in a moment of gratitude for yourself showing up today on your mat for this beautiful practice together. Coming back to the intention you set at the beginning of class and seeing if you'd like to take it with you through the rest of the day. And then slowly opening the eyes and lifting the head. Welcome back. I hope you had a great practice. Thank you for joining me this morning, and I really hope to see you soon. Bye.